Hello and welcome. Thanks so much for joining me on the mat today. I'm here to guide us through a sequence where we'll connect with the elements. The element that we'll focus on is earth. So the earth element represents stability, strength, abundance of what the world can give back to us and what we can give it. It allows us to connect with each other as we're all built of the same building blocks, bones, muscles, skin, all those things that keep us whole and steady. So as we move today, keep these factors in mind: the strength that we have inside of us, the stability that our bones can give us, that truly connect us to this earth. As we do that, we'll do our best to keep a nice, calm, stable, grounded mind. All right, let's begin. And we're going to start lying on our back body in a Supta Baddha Konasana position, reclined cobbler pose. So making your way back there, lie onto the back body. Bring a bend into the knees and then let them go wide so the soles of the feet come to touch. I'm going to place one hand over my belly, the other over the heart. Allow your eyes to shut. Find some nice steady breaths in and out through the nose. Notice how the physical body reacts with the breath, expanding in the belly and the ribs and the chest. And slowly over time, as we relax the body, everything gets a little bit more settled and closer to this earth. The hips are rather open, knees getting heavier, gravity slowly drawing them down. Bring some awareness to all the areas that are connecting with the ground right now. See if you can relax them a little bit more. Let's open our eyes, take in the space we're in. And from here, just wiggle your feet a few inches apart. Following your next inhale, slowly start drawing the knees together so the feet find the floor. And as you begin to exhale, slowly open back up into this diamond shape. Inhaling again, knees start to lift, soles of the feet find the ground. And exhale, opening up into the diamond shape. One more full round. Inhale, feet find the earth. Exhale, let gravity slowly draw the knees down. Let's use your next inhale to step those feet back to the earth, knees point upwards, and then wiggle your feet about hip distance apart. Let's cross your right ankle over your left knee. Find a dorsiflex into the ankle, and then try to press your right thigh away from you without using your hands. So everything's very active right here, and you could stay rooted, connected with the ground. Or start floating the left foot off the ground, bringing this figure four shape closer to you. I'm going to give you a third option. If you choose to take it, just bring your hands behind the head. Do a little half curl of the upper spine towards your shin. And do your best to really strengthen that right leg, keeping it where it is, as we release the left heel all the way ahead and pull it back into this figure four shape. Two more times like that if you're flowing with me. And as you find the connection of knee and ankle together again, we can lower the left foot to the ground, bring the head to the ground, and relax your arms just out beside you, taking up some space. So let's knock your set of legs over to the right side, finding a gentle spinal twist. Keep gazing upwards and do your best to keep the shoulders rooted on the ground. We can lift our set of legs back through center, uncross the right ankle, and we'll switch sides. So left ankle takes its turn, cross the ankle over the knee. So really active into the ankle, shine the toes back towards the shin, and try to send your thigh further away from you. So lots of external rotation into your hip. Decide if you want to stay here. Perhaps you want to just lift the right foot, coming into a floating figure four, just using the strength and stability of our legs. Or taking this third option, cradling the head, lifting the upper spine, keeping the left leg as close to you as you can, as we extend the right heel all the way ahead and pull it back to center. 2 more times if you're moving with me. As you make that connection, bring the right foot back to the ground, take up some space with the arms, and we'll knock our legs over to the left side this time. Try to make sure that the upper back is still connected with the ground, and you can relax the neck as well as you look upwards. Bring your set of legs back through center, uncross the left ankle, and let's bring both thighs into your chest, wrap your arms around. Give yourself a squeeze. And from here, we're going to rock and roll our way up to tabletop, or feel free to press with your hands, but we'll meet on hands and knees. Really spread the fingertips wide, feel the ground underneath them. And let's make sure that our hands and wrists are nice and open before we start bearing weight. Start rotating so that the fingers point out to the sides of the mat. Give yourself a gentle sway from side to side, and really use your finger pads, knuckles, and palms to help distribute the weight. Now it's up to you, but you might decide to start rotating those fingers a little bit further back towards the knees. Go slow. Be kind with the joints. And to really spice it up, you can even draw a little bit more weight back into the shins, stretching underneath the arms. Start walking your hands back forwards to spin around to face the front. And let's tuck our toes underneath. So we'll add in some foot movement with our cat and cow today, warming up the feet as well. So with the toes tucked, take a breath in, let the belly drop and shine the heart space forwards. And as you exhale, untuck the toes, press the tops of the feet to the ground and round your spine. Go back and forth. Inhale, tuck the toes, come forwards to cow pose, shine the heart forwards. And exhale, untuck the toes, round the spine to the sky. A couple more times here. And let's meet again in neutral spine and tabletop. Take your right leg, let's reach it all the way behind you. Nice long line from the back toes through the crown of your head. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, pull the right knee towards your nose as you round the spine. Inhale, get long, straighten out the back. And exhale, pull the knee as close as you can. Imagine you're pressing the mat away. 2 more like that. Inhale, as long as you can. Exhale, pull and round. Last one, inhale. And exhale. Let's kick the right leg all the way behind. Tuck the left toes under. Press the mat away. We're lifting up into a 3-legged dog with the right leg back. Take a breath in, getting a little bit longer. And as we exhale, pull the right knee towards your nose, round the spine. Inhale, kick back, 3-legged dog. Exhale, pull and round. This time we'll plant the foot between the hands. Lower the back knee to the ground, keeping the toes tucked. Let's lift up so our spine is stacked on top of the pelvis. Find lots of strength and stability into the feet, into the glutes and the legs. And now we'll start pressing the ground away with our feet, riding up this imaginary elevator, straightening both legs. Then slowly, slowly bend the knees, coming back down, kissing the earth with the knee. Press through the feet, rise on up, and slowly come back down. One more like that. As the knee finds its way down, bring the palms to the earth. Lift the back knee off again so we can sweep our right foot back, downward facing dog. Inhale, pull forwards with the palms until shoulders travel over your wrists. Imagine you're pressing the mat away, finding lots of strength in the stability of this position. And now we can lower all the way to your stomach. Keep the hands rather light by your side. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Inhale, lift the spine part way for a small cobra. Exhale, go back down. Inhale, lift the spine. Exhale, lower. And for this last one, hover the palms, just find strength in the muscles. Exhale, lower down. Press your hips all the way back to your heels and keep your arms reaching out ahead. Even wiggle them forwards a millimeter or two more to try to find extra length under the arms and through both sides of the body. If you can find a connection of your third eye, that space between your eyebrows and the earth, feel free to let it rest there. And it can bring you a deeper sense of calm. There's a pressure point that brings about your parasympathetic nervous system. Keep the hands planted as you roll back forwards through tabletop. And we can do that again on the other side. Inhale, reach the left leg behind. Exhale, pull the knee forwards, round the spine, puff up through the upper back. Inhale, lengthen out. Exhale, plant the hands and round the spine. Inhale, get long. Exhale, pull and round. One more. Inhale and exhale. So we'll inhale, lengthen out, tuck the right toes under, press all the way up and back to a three-legged dog. Take a big breath in with the leg lifted, and exhale, pull the left knee forwards, round the spine. Inhale, kick up and back. This time we step through, pull the knee forwards, round the spine, step the foot between the hands, and we'll lower your back knee down. Keep the back toes tucked as we lift up tall. Hands find your waist. Feel the earth below the feet. Strengthen the spine, reaching up towards the sky. Press into the ground as we ride on up. And slowly come back down. Press through the feet, straighten the legs. Slowly come back down. One more. As the back knee lowers, hands can find the mat. Lift the back knee up and step left foot back, downward facing dog. Inhale, stack your shoulders over the wrists, press the earth away. And as you exhale, we'll lower back to your stomach. As light in the palms as you can. Inhale, lifting the upper spine. Exhale, float back down. Inhale to lift. Exhale, lower. One more. Inhale. And exhale, press your way back. We'll travel through our child's pose, but tuck the toes on the way. Straighten your legs, downward facing dog. Use your next breath in to reach the right leg back behind for a three-legged dog. And as you look forward, step that right foot wide of your right hand towards the pinky side. Do the same on the other side. Spring forwards with the left foot wide of your left hand. Start bending your knees enough that we're coming down into our yoga squat malasana. Feel free to hold on to the front edge of the mat or bring palms together in front of the heart. Find some connection between the bones, so your elbows and your knees are kind of pressing in towards each other. Lengthen your spine out as much as you can towards the sky. One more steady breath. Bring the fingertips to the earth, send the hips to the sky. Heel till your feet about hip distance. Let's bend your knees enough that we can scoop up your big toes with your peace fingers and thumbs. Keep the head as heavy as you can, elbows go wide. Feel free to straighten the legs as much as you'd like, or just keep them bent for now. In Padangustasana. Release the hold of the feet. Inhale, walk your hands up your shins, extend the spine forwards. Exhale, roll back down. Rise all the way to stand on your breath in. And exhale, hands rest down beside you. With your feet about hip distance, let's bring a big bend into the knees, sit back, reach the arms by the ears. Notice where your weight is lying, and let's try to draw it back towards the heels. We're going to sit a little bit lower, and just a little bit lower again. Feel your body holding you, the bones, the muscles, the skin. One more breath, and let's pour forwards over our legs. Inhale, lengthen out the spine. Exhale, touch the ground. Step your right foot back, then left foot back, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forwards to plank, shoulders over wrists. Exhale, lower. You decide this time. Bend the elbows to chaturanga or to the belly. Inhale for a back bend of your choice. Exhale, downward facing dog. As you inhale, reach the right leg back, three-legged dog. Exhale, pull the right knee forwards, and we're stepping between the hands. Let's settle the back knee to the ground, keeping the toes tucked. Stack yourself on top, just as we had before. Right or both hands come to waist. When you feel ready, press into the feet, squeeze the glutes, straighten both legs. Then we'll reintroduce a bend into the right knee and stretch the arms by the ears, high lunge. Take a big breath in, rooting the feet down, stretching the arms up. And as we exhale, launch the body forwards for runner's lunge. Arms go back behind you. One long line from the back heel through the crown of your head. We'll flow 3 more times. Inhale, arms stretch up. Exhale, runner's lunge. Inhale, arms stretch up. Exhale, runner's lunge. The feet stay rooted. Last time. Inhale, arms can play. Exhale, runner's lunge. Inhale, we'll reach both arms back to the sky. Exhale, fan yourself open, warrior 2. Let's enjoy this feeling for a moment. Both feet really connected. A little bit of sensation of them pulling in towards the midline. Find that strength and power in them. And expand through the arms, gazing down your right fingers. Take your back hand to the back leg. Stretch your right arm to the sky, reversing the shape. Take your right forearm forwards to your thigh this time. Keep the spine long. Left arm will travel by the ear. Roll your shoulder open and stretch out the left side of your body. Let's press all the way back up. Warrior 2. Straighten out your right leg and then pivot your toes to the long edge of the mat. Heels are going to come in and toes point out slightly. Squeeze your glutes as you bend your knees, finding a goddess squat. We'll place our hands over our heart. Find a natural pulse that lives inside of you. Move with breath with a little bit of a bounce. And every once in a while, root down through those feet, expand out into the world, reach the arms up, and then pull them back in front of the heart. Do that a couple more times. Move whenever you feel like you'd like to. Start letting everything go, legs straighten, arms drop down. Turn your left toes into the long edge so the right toes can turn out to the short edge. Find a warrior two again. Look down your right fingers and bring both hands to the earth. Step your right foot back, downward facing dog. Let's head over to the other side. Inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, pull the knee forward, step between the hands. Lower your back knee down, keeping the toes tucked, and we'll stack ourselves on top of the waist. Press powerfully through the feet, rise on up with two straight legs, and then reintroduce a bend into the left knee as the arms stretch by the ears. Take a big breath in, and as you breathe out, let the upper half play. Lean forwards, arms draw back. Stay steady in the feet. 3 more. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, runner's lunge. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, runner's lunge. Inhale, stretch to the sky. Exhale, one long line through the whole back body. We'll inhale to grow tall. Exhale, expand, open, warrior two. Take a moment to enjoy this shape as you reach the arms out. Feel the feet rooted and strong. We'll reverse our warrior. Back hand is supported on the strong back leg as the left arm stretches up. And we'll go the other way, left forearm to front thigh, right arm now by the ear. Keep expanding open on the right side. Press firmly through the feet, rise up, warrior two. Straighten out that front leg and pivot the toes to the long edge of the mat. Heels come in, toes out. Bend the knees, and we'll bring our hands to the inner thighs this time. Keep a long spine. Your shoulders might even travel a little closer to the ears. Send one shoulder forwards at a time, wringing out that spine, finding a little bit of traction as we twist and open up the hips a little bit more. Bring both shoulders through center, press through the legs, rise up. Right toes turn into the long edge. So left toes go back to the top. Find a warrior two stance and look down the left fingers. Bring both hands to the earth. Step your left foot back, downward facing dog. Optional flow to finish off this sequence. Inhale, come forwards to plank. Exhale, bend the elbows, chaturanga or to the belly. Inhale for a back bend of your choice. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's inhale, stretch the left leg back behind you. Exhale, a big step forward wide of your left hand. Do the same on the other side. Spring forwards with the right foot to the pinky edge of that foot or that hand. Bend the knees enough that your seat lowers down, revisiting our malasana. So the energy in this pose is very earthy. It moves down towards the ground, but root down to then rise up out of it. So we'll try to lengthen that spine up towards the sky. 2 more steady breaths. Fingertips can find the earth. Send the hips up to the sky. Heel till your feet about hip distance. This time around, bend your knees enough that we can take our hands all the way under our feet so the toes tickle the wrist creases. Give your hands a little bit of a massage with the feet. as you gently shift the weight from side to side. Release the hands from under the feet. Inhale, walk your hands up to the shins, halfway lift. Exhale, float back down. As we inhale, sit back into your chair, arms by the ears. Press to stand, hands come down in mountain pose. All right. With feet hip distance, bend the knees, reach the arms up by the ears, chair pose. We're going to start by drawing the weight back to the heels and then shift it. Swing your arms back behind you like little airplane wings and bring the weight forwards into the toes. Shifting back again, sit back into the chair, weights in the heels. And arms draw back, weight is in the toes. All right. Inhale, arms by the ears, weight in the heels, and this time we'll fold forwards over our legs. Inhale, halfway rise. Exhale, touch the ground. Step your left foot back, downward facing dog, then your right foot back. Inhale, come forward, shoulders over wrists. Exhale, lower chaturanga or to the belly. Inhale for a back bend of your choice. And exhale, downward facing dog. Let's inhale, stretch the right leg back, three-legged dog. And exhale, knee comes forwards towards the nose, stepping between your hands. We'll keep the back knee up this time. Start reaching the spine forwards and up slightly. We're going to rise up to a runner's lunge. So you keep leaning forwards, arms draw back, and squeeze the shoulder blades together. Let's stay here steady and strong. Let a little bit of heat start building in our muscles and our bones. Feel those muscles really hugging to the bones as we rest here. 2 more steady and strong breaths. Inhale to reach the arms by the ears, and exhale, expand open, warrior 2. Let's enjoy a reverse warrior. Back hand is resting on the back leg as the right arm stretches up. Let's keep that right arm stretching upwards, lift the spine tall, and then let the left arm join the party as well. So both hands are facing each other, arms by the ear. Now you're in control here. Lean forwards as much as you'd like, as far as you'd like to hold yourself in space as the feet are rooted and you are being held there by your muscles. We're in a floating extended side angle. 1 more breath. Lift all the way back up, warrior 2. We'll straighten out your front leg. Bring your hands to waist and pivot those toes forwards to the long edge. We'll keep the feet parallel this time. Inhale, reach the spine up to the sky. Exhale from the waist, fold forwards. Bring your fingertips to the ground and let the head be heavy. We can just dangle this first round, allow gravity to slowly start drawing us a little bit deeper. Let the face get droopy, the eyebrows relax, the tongue relax, as well as the shoulders. Begin lengthening your spine out by walking your hands forwards. Look towards your right foot. We're going to wander our way around into a long lizard lunge. So wiggle your right foot all the way to the edge of the mat. Both palms come to the inside. Now wiggle your back heel back a little bit more so it's really long and wide, this lunge. Lower your back knee to the ground. Option to double up the mat if you have sensitive knees. And you could stay lifted onto the palms, just thinking heavy thoughts into the hips, or start bending the elbows, possibly bringing the forearms to the ground. As we're down here, for this time at least, we'll keep the whole right foot onto the ground and hug that thigh nice and close to your side body. Begin to lift up to the palms again if you lowered. Step your left hand a little wider and higher than your shoulder. And now we're going to let the right knee fall out to the side so you're onto the blade edge of your right foot. And take that right hand to the inner knee. Start spinning the spine open to the side, coming into a spinal twist. Eventually, we'll bring both palms to the ground again. Come out of the depths. You can wiggle your back knee forwards. You can tuck your toes. And then step your right foot back, downward facing dog. Inhale, reach the left leg high. Exhale, a big step forwards between the hands. Keep leaning forwards as you slowly lift the spine off your front thigh and reach your arms back into a runner's lunge. Find some stability, some strength here. 2 more breaths to go. Inhaling deeply, reach the arms up overhead. And exhale, open up, warrior 2. As you breathe in, reverse this shape. Reach that arm to the sky, but notice this earthiness and this grounded feeling that you can contain in the legs. As the arm continues to stretch up, just straighten the spine out and bring the right arm by the ear as well. Begin leaning forwards over that left leg, just as far as you'd like to hold yourself there in space. And press back up, warrior 2. Straighten the front leg, bring your hands to waist. Spin the left toes to the long edge of the mat. As you inhale, get a little bit longer in the spine. As you exhale, fold forwards from the waist. Fingertips can drop down, head can get heavy. Now feel free to dangle like you did last time or walk your hands a little further back in line with the heels and use your grippy mat to bring the crown down and tailbone up. Coming out of these depths, walk your hands forwards, find length from tailbone to crown. Look towards your left foot. We're wandering our way around into that really long and wide lunge again. So the hands come to the inside of your left foot. Bring the foot all the way to the edge of the mat and wiggle your right toes back. Eventually, the right knee can lower, perhaps with a doubled up mat. Start getting heavier into the hips. Bend the elbows. Come as low as you wish. Keep the whole left foot on the ground and a nice little connection, hugging that inner thigh towards you. As you rise back up to the palms, step your right hand a little higher and wider. Let the knee fall out of the left leg and hand comes to the inside there. Spin the heart open into a gentle spinal twist. Left hand can find the ground again. Wiggle out of the depths so we can tuck the back toes and step your left foot back. Downward facing dog. If you'd like to rinse it out with a flow, here we go. Inhale, come forwards to plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale for a back bend of your choice. And exhale, downward facing dog. We're going to widen our feet this time about as wide as the mat and walk our hands backwards towards them. Begin to bend into the knees. We're coming back into this familiar shape at this point, Malasana. And maybe the palms come together in front of the heart. This downward energy pose, find some lightness coming out of it, reaching the spine up towards the sky. Bring the fingertips down. Send your hips up. Heel toe your feet to hip distance. Inhale, walk your hands up the shins, get long into the spine. Exhale, float back down. Come all the way to stand on your breath in. Arms come overhead. And exhale, hands rest down beside you. All right. From here, we'll begin with hands on waist. Really feel the feet with the ground. And we're going to step forward with our right heel. Just a natural step forward. Start rolling through the foot. Spread the toes wide as they meet the earth and transfer the weight. Tilt forward so you're one long line from the back heel, or back toes, I should say, through the crown of your head, stiff as a board. This is called toppling tree. Now, we're not going to topple today. We'll stay as steady and strong as we can. Now begin to lift the spine tall. Bring your left knee with you. And then externally rotate at that hip. So the knee goes out to the left. Plant the sole of the foot anywhere onto your inseam of the standing leg, coming into tree pose. Hands might choose to come in front of the heart. Stay steady through that bottom foot, growing some roots. And an option here to reach the arms up towards the sky. Reverse those steps. The hands come down in front of the heart, and then we can bring them to waist. Unstick that foot from the stump. Bring the knee back forwards, and we'll do the same on the other side. Left heel finds the ground. Roll through the foot. Feel the earth grow roots as you shift weight. Tilt forward. Find the strength in the whole back body to hold you as you float in space, toppling tree. We'll start lifting the right knee up. Send the knee out to the side. Stick that foot anywhere onto the trunk. Hands might now choose to come in front of the heart. Hopefully you're a little steadier than I am. Grow those roots down towards the earth. And option again to reach the branches towards the sunlight. Bring the palms together. Pull them down to the heart and back to your waist. Lift the right foot off of its stump. Bring it forwards. And we'll step to 2 feet at the top of the mat. All right. Inhale from here. Stretch the arms up. Exhale, soften forwards. Inhale, halfway lift the spine. Exhale, touch the earth. Step your right foot back. Then left foot back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, ride forwards. Shoulders stacked firmly over wrists. Then exhale, we'll lower, meeting onto our belly. When you get there, stack the palms under the forehead and allow the body to relax. Take a few deep cleansing breaths here, slowing the breath down. This time we can notice the expansion of the belly, of the chest, of the ribs into the mat, into the ground below us. You might even be able to notice an echo of your heartbeat beating into the ground and back towards you. Let's start bending into the right knee, but slide that knee out to the sides. The inner thigh finds the ground. And bring your right hand under your shoulder. You're going to press it into the ground, lifting the upper chest off of it, and threading your left arm underneath. We're going to start opening that right arm back behind you, so you travel onto the left side of your body into a spinal twist. Now feel free to change any angles, anything to make it a little bit more comfortable and nurturing for yourself. And then just settle in, relax into this shape. Take your right arm back across you. Reverse the steps, plant the hand on the ground so you can release the left arm and send the right toes back behind you. Stack the palms under your forehead for a couple breaths just between sides. Now taking the left knee, slide it out to the side, inner thigh finds the ground. Left palm presses the mat away so you can slide your right arm underneath of you. Start opening up as you roll onto the right side of your body and stretch that arm behind you so you can find a spinal twist that suits you in this moment. Bring the left hand back across, press it into the ground, untangle the body. Left toes come back behind you, and let's press all the way back to a child's pose. Make it as comfortable for yourself as you can. If you can, just rest that third eye back down, and I'm going to bring my hands behind me at this point, but feel free to find any comfortable version for yourself. Begin rising up, sit onto your heels, and we'll swing our legs ahead. Right away, let's bring the toes to the top edge of the mat. Give yourself plenty of room behind. Find a gift from this earth that you want to offer to your friends. Maybe it's a bouquet of flowers or something that this wonderful earth has given you. And start curving your spine down towards the ground. And eventually your shoulders and arms can find the ground as well. Wiggle your feet a little bit closer so that they're about hip distance apart and the feet are stacked under the knees. Keep your arms resting down beside you, and we're going to press the mat away, squeeze the glutes, and lift the hips up. If you want to turn this into more of a back bend, you might roll the shoulders under, clasping the palms or pressing the hands into the ground. Really use these big muscles, the hamstrings and glutes, to squeeze and lift the hips a little bit taller. Make some space between the arms. Let your hips come all the way back down. And we'll pull your knees into your chest. Give yourself a hug. From here, let's separate the legs so your hands can come to the inside towards a happy baby pose, holding onto the outer ankles or outer feet. Widen the stance with your elbows. You're kind of doing that malasana, that squat again, but floating upside down. Another name I've heard for this pose is called dead bug. Kind of like that one too. We've all seen a beetle upside down, struggling to flip back over. It's kind of how we look right now. From here, we can bring the soles of the feet to touch. Let the outer edges of the feet lower back to the earth, and we're revisiting the same shape we started in, our reclined cobbler pose. Bring one hand over the heart and the other over the belly as you begin to soften. Notice the steadiness of the breath. As you relax, the earth is there to catch you, hold you, and support you. This is passage 24 from the Radiant Sutras. This body is made of earth and gold, sky and stars, rivers and oceans, masquerading as muscle and bone. Every substance is here: diamonds and silver, magical elixirs, ambrosia that gives visions, herbs that nourish and heal. The foundation of the planet, immortal magnetic iron circulating in the blood. Every element in you loves the others. Earth loves rain, sky loves sun loves the space it shines through. Space loves everyone equally. In meditation, luxuriate in knowing this deep and simple truth. Every cell is an organ of sense, infused with majesty. Please stay in stillness as long as you can. Allow the breath to flow freely. And I look forward to seeing you again soon. Namaste.